I wasted an hour on Facebook Reels last night, and I'm actually celebrating it. Top of the morning to you. It is Me Wednesday. Who's the real me? Here I am in my office. Thank you. Welcome into my humble abode. Checking out what's going on here. Yeah, I spent an hour on Facebook last night, and it's great. Yeah, I should have been to bed earlier, and I should have been to sleep earlier. Years ago, I would go on Facebook and social media, and I would chase fantasies, and I would chase distraction. I would be like, shut down those noises in my head. What showed up on my feed, there wasn't really a feed back then, but what showed up on my scroll was fantasies, distractions, sexuality, things my eyes shouldn't be looking at, things that are non-kingdom. And I wasted a lot of time there. Last night I should have gone to bed. I actually went to the computer and was looking on Facebook Marketplace. And I'm shopping for a snowblower attachment for the front of our snowblower because the spout's coming off and all that. Needless to say, there was an attractive ad in the marketplace. And I clicked on Charlie Kirk. And I don't follow him. I haven't followed him. But that's what triggered the flow. And as I sat there and just consumed that content, I kept getting more and more content. And what did I find? I found Charlie Kirk. I found Dan Martell. I found coaching. I found Christian and Bible verses. I found soccer skills for kids. And it just kept repeating and kept repeating and kept repeating. And I was just amazed. I'm like, wow, that is so different than the past. That is such a change from where it was a few years ago. I typically avoid social media except for work and business and to serve you and to help people and provide this content. If this showed up on your feed, that is a really good sign. So why am I sharing this? Well, a lot of times I went to social media in the past to escape and run away from the voices in my head that I'm not enough, I'm not worthy, what am I doing? It's got to be right. Somebody's going to find out. Nobody's, just the stress and the anxiety of all of that just pouring over me. And then sometimes it's so hard to see growth. And this is an area where you can get and see growth right away. A lot of times we don't recognize the struggle, the challenge, the journey, and the growth that we're making. And I don't know, I wouldn't have caught it either hadn't I not spent that. I should have gone to bed. I was waiting for my wife to go to bed. I went, I'll just click on this a little bit, because she was doing one of her groups that she participates and leads in. And I just went overboard. I like to go to bed at the same time with her. And the why is we need tools to be able to see our growth and be able to measure our growth, whether that's something like the social media feeds, a coach, or otherwise. So the lesson is we are changing, but we're changing kind of one thing at a time. And when we're in our flesh, when we're in our life, we're in our vocation, we're in our family, we're in our play and recreation, we don't see a lot of growth. Picture that holiday where the families all come together and, whoa, that kid's really big, and the parents like, oh, really? They're bigger now? What's happening there? That parent doesn't see the growth of that kid because that parent sees that kid every day in that incremental growth. That's how it is living with yourself. You don't see that growth every day, and you need that gap comparison. Like my old social media threads to my new social media threads and what's showing up there. And that's what I'm celebrating, is coaching Christianity. And I think what I paused on, it amplified that. And I haven't listened to Charlie Kirk much at all. And I paused more on those. I watched those fully. And even in that short span of last night, they showed up more. Dan Martell I listen to a lot, and he's got great insights for growing and being the best you can be and creating and forming abundance. So the lesson here is our sanctification process is never ending. It's going on all the time. And really, I remember in Celebrate Recovery before all this and saying, Lord, convict me on what I'm working on in my recovery now, and focusing and working on one thing really was like, oh, just that one thing. And that just calmed the anxiety, calmed the anxiousness. It's like, oh, yeah, whatever. Don't know about that. I did the thing I'm focusing on. I did my scriptures every day. And it just got to a point where recognizing that I can't do everything. I am not in control. I was in a coaching event about a year ago, and I'm like, I don't have anything to bring to this breathwork, meditation, whatnot. And I laid down there and I participated in the breathwork, thinking, okay, what's here for me? What block do I have between my conscious and unconscious mind? And really what came to the surface was lack of freedom, or being in control and not having freedom. Being in control was stealing my freedom. And as I got into that connection between my conscious and unconscious, I realized, and the big breakthrough was, I'm not in control, and I'm completely free. I'm completely out of control, and that is the freedom. And that lines up with this message, because if I'm working on the one thing and making my way through the one thing, I'm there. Apply. How can you apply this today? Go look at your social media feed. Go look at your YouTube shorts. Go look at your Facebook Reels or your Facebook feed. And there's a lot of ads in there. But scroll down there and take an assessment. Take a gauge at what is on there that's kingdom building. And more importantly, take a gauge on there what on there is kingdom destroying, that is anti-Christ, that is anti-God, it is anti-freedom. It is not what you need for your best self. And as you do that, pray that guard my heart and mind. God promises to do that. And as you do that, focus on, there is good stuff in there. Find that good stuff. Pay attention to that good stuff. Listen to it. Go to kingdomfamilyleader.com, or on Facebook, go to Family Leader, Kingdom Family Leader Facebook page, and scroll down there and watch these videos. Grab a good Bible preaching pastor and watch those videos. Start inserting. It's like the Matrix. Start inserting what you want to learn, what you want to know about, what would make you feel like, well done, good and faithful servant, on your feed. Your feed is a reflection of your past. Take control of your feed and start programming it for the future. And if that's your one thing to work on right now, experience the peace and joy of the anxiety coming down, the stress coming down, the ability to see your growth as you look at that feed and go, wow, look at all the kingdom building content that's getting delivered to me, that's feeding me so that I can feed myself, my wife, my family, my vocation, and my community, and my church. So that's how I spent an hour past my bedtime swiping on the Facebook Reels, and I'm excited about it. You be blessed.